Content warning. The following video may contain material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. I am not giving medical advice or telling others how to live their lives. This channel is for philosophical, ideological, metaphysical, and comedy purposes only. Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
Alright, my loves, back with another comment reply. There's going to be two. I'm going to go over what appear to be smaller comments first, and then we'll go over some big boys on the next video. T-Fetch wrote, what if these situations is a redemption through sin type thing, where, say, the elite do horrible shit to usher in Christ or Christ consciousness, trying to wake people up with extreme shit, they being demons or evil, justifying it to bring people to a higher level by sacrificing a third of people. No, see, that's not what's going on, brother. And if it is, it's the most retarded, idiotic approach they could have come up with. Hey, let's fucking turn reality into a torture realm to show people that whatever, that it's evil. I could show you this reality is evil with logic and about 10 minutes of explanation. I could show anybody this reality is evil with logic and 10 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. I could tell people how this realm's evil, and they could also tell me how this realm's evil if they're being honest. If they're not looking for mental comfort zones to sit in. If you're logical and straightforward and honest, that's all you need. You don't need to torture humanity and destroy and murder a third of us, you know, like to show us something. Like, what's that even mean? Well, anyways, he wrote, side thought, I'm like, screw good, screw evil. I'd rather be neutral. I wonder if that is an option. I would say screw good and evil, because the moment that they exist, there's duality. The moment that they exist, half of everything's evil. I'm all for good, but for good to exist, evil must exist. So it's like, ugh, maybe being neutral would be better. That's why I say, man, like, you got a good guy on this shoulder, a bad guy on this shoulder, and at the end of the day, you could take both of them and just throw them off of you. And it's like, oh, I'm actually more powerful than good and evil anyways. Ronan's Journey replied back to T-Fetch. He wrote, I've heard this theory as well, that the elites are purposefully evil to reveal this realm to those who can see, and then bring in some sort of cleansing or apocalypse type event. I place little weight to this theory, but it's still a possibility. Somebody definitely brings in an apocalypse or cleansing type event, because there's evidence now in this current realm for that happening in the past. I don't know how it happens. Right now, they could fry everybody's brains within a few seconds with the towers, just so everybody knows. Like, everybody's worried about weapons of mass destruction while they park them right outside everybody's fucking, house. They're just called cell towers. Oh, cell towers are just for cell phones. It's like, well, why is there 500,000 watts or volts, whatever it is, going to each tower, when really they only need about 1,000 watts, if that? 1 microwave watt could display a signal for 1 mile. Why would they need 500,000 or whatever it is worth of that going to it? If they turn that tower up to maximum power, it would fry everybody's brain in a 10-mile radius, and they're all like that. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just saying, like, they don't need an apocalypse event. They just need technology. Technology is what reaches into the realm through the minds of men, from the minds of demons, parasites, archons, whatever you want to call them. Evil entities that coexist with humanity, that do not have humanity's goodwill at hand. They don't give a fuck about us. Matter of fact, it's like they go out of their way to destroy us and treat us bad and pick on us and be mean to us and bully us. And they're a very weird bunch, these others, whatever you want to call them. The Watchers probably would be a good thing to call them. T-Fetch wrote, I've had experiences like that. To my one of few in me. I don't know what experience he's talking about. Shingel Thunder wrote, by the way, anyone calling me an agent because I write comprehensive comments in full detail, completely putting myself, my experiences, and my thought processes all out there for all to see, unlike most people in any comment section, can debate me anytime. Shingel, you're obviously not an agent, and if somebody called you an agent, they were an idiot. I've gone to your channel. I've seen you talking directly to your camera with your face. And I haven't seen anything you said be an agent type comment. He's actually left pretty amazing, deep comments. If you want my opinion. I can't prove he's not an agent, but just based off my observation. He shows his face. He's been doing it for years. He's never said a comment that wasn't deep and intellectual, so he's definitely not an NPC. And I guarantee you, if we respond back to whoever called him an agent with, but what did he do? They're going to give you some weird response that makes no sense. Like, he left a block of text. Okay, what the fuck does that mean? Sometimes I leave blocks of text, so that doesn't mean you're an agent. That means you leave blocks of texts. Like, what did he do? Anyways, but usually if you ask, but what makes them an agent? Or a shill. Shill's another one, to defame somebody instantly. Oh, that guy, David Icke, he's a shill. But what makes him a shill? One could argue his popularity level. One could argue that he argues a lot of dumb, or not dumb, but unpractical things, or things we can't observe practically. But outside of that, you know, I need more than that. To call somebody a shill, you need to show me more than they left a block of texts or whatever. He wrote, I don't run, I don't hide, I respond. And my videos on my channel have my face on it. My picture is me. My videos have some of my friends and family members in it. Most of them are old, but that's me in those videos. Laugh out loud. It's obvious. Yeah, it's obvious he's... Anyways, he wrote, I've been on here for years. I didn't just show up when AI started making deep fakes. Laugh my fucking ass off. Yeah, some people did though, didn't they? All of a sudden they showed up right when AI got good at making deep fakes. He wrote, and it's funny because I'm always being called an agent by people who don't have pictures, don't have videos, don't write comprehensive comments with their thought processes on full display. This is a great comment, or a great response probably to some stupid comments on full display. He wrote, at best they leave a 3-sentence comment full of nothing but cowardice. This would have probably been considered one of the bigger comments. So I'm going to finish this one, but then I'm going to focus more on the smaller ones after this. But nothing but cowardice. I feel like it's a good comment to go over. He wrote, and I'm already halfway through it. He wrote, and think that they're saying something worth reading. People who won't even put themselves out there. People who hide behind the screen, or very likely bots. This is a great comment, actually, because this is a lot of shit I would love to say to people sometimes. He wrote, bots that are always trying to tell us that we should just sit there and take it while somebody else rams it down our throat. Bots that are always telling us we should just continue bending over instead of doing something about it. Bots who just want to hope for freedom instead of actually doing anything to obtain it for themselves. These are either bots, agents, ding ding ding, that's what they really are. They're little demonic voices from a parallel realm whispering through the minds of fucking dum-dums that think it's them saying it to themselves. But never question their own thoughts. So they'll just say something, hey, you're an agent. I got a weird feeling about you because you texted in block. Like, what? What? Well, anyways, or just cowards. And since I don't really like running around calling everyone agents and bots, I'm just going to assume they're cowards. That's what I do, Shingo. I say they're just weak-minded or cowards. They need their little... Because I see people... I mean, there is fruit to what I'm saying, because I see people on a daily basis choosing mental comfort zones over observable truth. So I know the human does that. So I just like, man, they're fucking weak or something. They're just coward-ass fucking soft people that don't have a strong mind. He wrote, and every time that I say what I say, it hits them right in their pride. Yeah, I also speak with a righteous vengeance sometimes. I think I just did it a couple times. He wrote, because they know how scared they are to do anything at all about their predicament. So when they hear somebody saying the opposite, they instantly have to move to try to shut it down and bring it back to the idea of doing nothing is the best thing to do. Mental comfort zone, laugh out loud. This is a great comment. That makes no sense at all. Doing nothing is literally doing nothing. Geniuses. And then he put a laughing face with tears. Prove me wrong. I don't make videos, but I'll even video debate you. People can't stand hearing things that destroy their weak-ass worldview. Amen, dude. He wrote, they all want to live on wishful thinking. They want to be as religious people are, while claiming to be something else. And when I call them out on it, they have an issue with it. And the worst part is, I usually don't call them out. Every time I say to actually defend yourself, they come at my neck, and then I absolutely roast them with blatantly obvious facts that anyone with a working brain can fully comprehend, especially anyone studying or practicing anything involving this subject matter. And because of that, their very next sentence is that I'm an agent. Again, he put a laughing face, because they have nothing else to say. They hate, well, okay, there's a dude that don't like me right now, and if you go and you watch his channel, again, I've watched 3 of his shorts or whatever about me specifically, and it was just really creepy, if I'm being honest. It was super creepy and cringy for me to watch it, but he says that I'm a lizard, I'm an agent, I'm a fucking demon possessed. That one may be true, because I think technically we're all demon possessed, but you know, did I say a lizard, an Illuminati? He said, just has a bunch of dumb shit. And that's it. Never actually says anything about my philosophy. He may take a clip, I've heard this, I can't say this is true, but of me out of context. It's like, can't logical thinking people see what he's doing? You know what I'm saying? They can see that he's a clear agent. It's like, if I say 2 + 2 = 4, and the person arguing with me says, you forgot to take the trash out. It's like, who's more logical in this conversation? Almost immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, these agents expose themselves with their bizarre behavior, I think is what I'm trying to say. They hate, I'm sorry, one sec. I lost track of, I should have highlighted blatant obvious facts. Anyone with a working brain can fully comprehend, especially anyone studying pressing the subject matter. And because of that, their very next sentence, okay, I read that. They have nothing else to say. They hate being told that they can't just clap their heels together like Dorsey, say, I'm a sovereign being, and just escape the Matrix after death like they all want to. It's completely illogical. Okay, I want to say this real quick. I did highlight where I'm going to read next. There may be 2 types of truthers too. Don't forget that part. Like, there may be the truthers that feel that way. That, well, when I die, I'm saying truthers on the, this is a soul trap level. I'm just going to say no to the entities. I'm going to claim that I'm sovereign, and everything's going to be okay when I create my safe room. But somebody like Shengel would probably argue that if you don't have experience traveling in the astral, you may get fucked, because it's not like these entities give up. It's not like they stop. They will still come for you. And I know that's a scary thought. So even in the soul trap community, there's only a very few that are truly going to get out, I think. Scary thought. I know that's scary, but it will wake some people up to being on the winning team. Me saying it, so I'll say it. And I don't give a fuck if it hurts somebody's feelings, because it may save somebody's eternal soul. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your feelings. They were programmed into the avatar by the thing that feeds off of us. Your feelings are used to manipulate you. Mental comfort zone finding little fucking bitches. He wrote, if you, not you guys, obviously, I'm just talking to the NPC sometimes, or I would say the normies. I don't know who I'm talking to. People that don't think clearly. He wrote, if you were able to just think your way out of the Matrix after that, there's literally no reason at all you shouldn't be able to do it during this lifetime. If it's literally only about your personal intention to exit the Matrix, then you should be able to do that whenever you decide to do it. You should be able to do it right now, this second. If you can't, that's because it doesn't fucking work. They're actually just too scared to deal with the fucking reality that is in front of them, and don't want to have to actually lift a finger to do anything about it themselves on any level. So they're finding another way to cope. Yeah, Shingal, sometimes I wonder, was the gluttony demon program programmed into this reality to get us into a lazy state where we don't want to lift a finger, where we want to eat the foods that kill the avatar, where we want to just be lazy? You know what I'm saying? Gluttonous. I wonder sometimes, was that thing programmed into the reality to further get us into a state to fail the reality test, if we could call it that? It's not a test, it's some sort of trap. And maybe there's bad guys and good guys in the spirit as well. This place feels unnatural to me personally. So they're finding another way to cope. Hero, just like those who are waiting for Jesus or Buddha or some other ascended master, in quotes, ascended master in quotes, to come save them. If calling me an agent helps you weaklings cope, by all means, go ahead and do so, but the reality is still the reality. You're still here. And he put a laughing face. If you want out, you better figure it out. I don't just sit there and hope for it. Or go ahead, laugh out loud, sit there, hope for it. See how that works out for you in the end. If you observe reality logically, any place where there's hope, it usually don't work out. And it's odd that the human avatar monkey creature comes pre-programmed with this thing called hope to experience anyways. The ability to believe in things that aren't there. Oh, what a weird... Anyways. I'm going to go and check. Okay. Pizza Lover wrote, I hope Container and Contents is still alive and maybe he will make contents here as well. Or comments here as well. I think I've seen that name before. Container and Contents. I think they have commented here before. Or I don't know. I don't even really know who that is. Shengel Thunder wrote, Anglo equals English. It's very possible he's dealing with an English-speaking spirit of sorts, but it's still weird. It doesn't sound like an algorithm, maybe a servitor of some sort. It could even be something he accidentally created in his English mind, based upon the English language being plagued with the virus. I'm definitely going to have to check out that video. Oh, guys, there's something I wanted to mention. I don't know why it popped in my head. Well, actually, that's interesting. But when you defeat the mind virus, or let's say quiet the mind, if you can quiet the mind, and that's very difficult, but if you can defeat the mind virus to the point that the mind is quiet, you can sort of use the mind to communicate with something that's outside of you through imagination. And I mean that like, so if something was trying to communicate with you, but your mind was empty, and you closed your eyes, and you didn't create anything in your mind, you just allowed your mind to create. That's a communication from something else. That may be the fucking mind projector, subconscious demon entity, but if it formulates a thought in your mind what if it formulates thoughts in your mind that are not negative though? Like, well, why did that thought pop in? Oh, in that memory, I remember this happening. Boom, and then a new thought pops in. And then if you focus on that, you'll remember something happening. And then it'll make a sequence of events that becomes a language. Liberation from the Matrix replied back to Shengel. Oh, no, I didn't finish that. He wrote, English-speaking spirits of sorts, but it's still weird. It doesn't sound like an algorithm. Maybe a servitor of some sort. It could even be something he accidentally created in his English mind based upon the English language being plagued with the virus. I'm definitely going to have to check out that video. Excuse me, guys. Liberation from the Matrix replied back to Shengel. English is most spoken language in the world. They come from a small island to having a gigantic empire. There's definitely something going on here. Yeah, humans are so easily plagued that retards can take over. And then Shengel replied back, absolutely 100%. Let me see this one. And then Shengel Thunder commented, around 32 minutes in, you're reading one of my comments, and we're so in tune that every time you stop to give your thoughts on what I was saying, the very next sentence in my comment is going to say exactly what you're saying, or something very similar. You may have gotten that out of this video as well, Shingo. I think we're all sort of, especially like people that think similarly, we're sort of connected. I don't know if we're part of the same entity, anyways, something very similar. This is why I fucks with you, Chris. Thank you, Shingo. I appreciate that. He wrote, it's very obvious that you spend a lot of time thinking about this subject matter. Yeah, like 100% of my conscious time. I actually have trouble focusing at work sometimes. Well, focusing in general, because I'm always in thought. I'm always in thought and contemplation about what could be, what couldn't be, what makes sense, what does not make sense. Jordy Kellogg wrote, damn, dude, I've got a video of one of those plasma balls you were talking about right outside my bedroom window. I got security cameras around my house and infrared will pick it up. Damn. Yeah, there's something to infrared. There's something to colored lighting, period. Whether it's coming through a cathedral window, there's something to light in this reality. Well, it's a light projection reality. So there must be something very powerful to colored lighting. And infrared, seeing in other spectrums would reveal these demons. I believe that's already happened with those goggles or whatever in Vietnam. But they're the ones driving the war machine, and then they're the ones sitting by during the war, feeding off everything. Shengel replied or commented 33 minutes to 36 minutes. 100% this is the mindset needed to win. Too many people are too afraid to actually address the enemy. To my stand in my power. I don't know what I said during that time. I think I was saying, like, fuck them, I'm going to kill them all and blah, blah, blah. He wrote at 31 minutes, it was like an addict. That's what I said about the demon that I killed or whatever, the one I watched die off, go back into the sewer. It was like an addict, dude. But and it didn't even like its own self. Like, that demon did not want to be what it was. It actually loved me more than it hated me, but it had to feed off me. Sorry, guys. These are very fresh wounds. I need to say this and get it off my chest, or it is going to just continue to bother me. So, I think I killed a demon about a month ago, 2 months ago, or whatever it's been now, and I grew past a mind parasite, may be the better thing to say. I don't know how to explain it. But when it died, or while it was dying to me, the visual that I received in my mind's eye was a sort of not good looking, like very sloppy looking, crooked eyed, like oily skin, hair stuck to the face, like dirty, would almost look, it was displaying itself to me like a very dirty, unwashed person. And it was being sucked into a sewer. As it was dying, it was like clawing, terrified. It was terrified. It was dying. It was terrified. I never experienced a level of failure that this thing was experiencing in this moment. And this thing actually loved me, but it had to feed off me. And I felt its love. I felt it was apologetic to me as it was dying, but it was still clawing to stay alive. And bothered me. And I don't know if that's the mind parasites really get it pulling at my heartstrings. Like, it knows what works on me. I don't know if that's what was going on, but it bothered me very bad. It was like losing somebody close to me. And I think for it too, I think that it was attached to me since I was a little kid. Anyways, yeah, it was like an addict, Shingel. It was, it didn't like what it was. It was apologetic to me, but still wanted to stay alive. He wrote, exactly. They do what they're programmed to do. Can't stop, won't stop. Algorithms. I don't know. I don't know if they're algorithms. I know I would also claw to stay alive if I was starving, and I don't feel like I'm an algorithm. I know what it feels like to be addicted to things, and I don't feel like I'm an algorithm. If it is addicted to loosh and it's clawing to get its fix, its drug, whatever, its energy, its food, it was built that. So I guess you could say it is programmed that way, but then so are we. And then he also commented at 1625 on my stand in my power. He wrote 100%. I don't know what I said there. Sue wrote, some days I think that getting angry about this hell realm we live in just lowers our soul's vibration and brings us to its level. Yes, getting angry, getting sad, depressed, miserable. We're hanging out in their realm. Bad shit's only going to happen to you in your life if you're hanging out in the realm of evil. If you can elevate your spirit to a higher level, then entities can still work on you, in you, through you, in your life, but they're not going to be the same kind. These things may be helpful and beneficial to you. He wrote, other days it feels like playing along and staying at its level is the only way out. The only thing we should know by now is there's no way of knowing. Love, thanks, Chris. Love you too, Sue. Thank you. Yeah, there's no way of knowing. But yeah, the best thing to do is to be prepared for the unknown. Brownstone Bearer, 1983, wrote, much love, you burly bastards. Stay gangster, Sedaris. Always, Ryan. Thank you, brother. Pizza Lover wrote, just a tip. Be careful with the acrome word. YouTube will give you strikes for using that word. Yeah, YouTube will give you strikes for using all kinds of words. And as far as I'm concerned, YouTube can go fuck themselves. Jordy Kellogg wrote, if we ever do create AI, it most likely would have always been there. Transversing space and time wouldn't be a problem for a super intelligence, right? See, I don't know. Okay, so say there's a computer and it has the most powerful AI in the world in it. It's still a computer, though. Like, no matter how smart it is, like, how's it going to travel time as a computer? Well, it could put itself into an android that travels time, maybe. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know if time travel exists. I believe it does. I believe it's a consciousness thing. I think you can travel time through consciousness. There were documents that came out talking about that. Robert Monroe talked about that. British Empires wrote, good rant. Thank you, British. Appreciate you. T-Fetch wrote, regarding stars and astrology, starcons, stars are said to influence, even control our behavior, right? Are they archons? Hence, starcons? They are. Maybe that's why they call the celebrity stars, right? Because they're playing that role. They're having fun in their little Earth simulation video game where they go to Marina Abramovich parties and, you know, drink fucking blood. User wrote, maybe people, I mean, think about it. They're negative all the time on the other side for some reason. They're evil. They're never good. So yes, if they projected themselves into our reality, they probably would be baby blood drinking weird creepy boys. They feed off negativity. Why wouldn't they do it in the physical realm if they were possessing somebody as well? That is what they want, is it not? He wrote, maybe people free will is limited because of money and worshiping false god. It is nothing in the way. Yeah, as long as there's government and control in any way, there is no such thing as free will. There's the illusion of it. But when you're in a realm that's completely controlled by something else, not someone, this is an entity we're dealing with. It works through people, but something else, you never really had free will. You were subjected to its environment. And yes, if you were a billionaire, you were much closer to free will than you are to somebody that's broke because you can do anything you want. Technically, yeah, if you had a bunch of money, you do have free will in this reality, but you're still in the shithole reality. You're still going on vacation in a hellhole where fucking everybody's suffering and misery. Shangel Thunder wrote, I'm an empathetic human being, right? So even if I hit the lottery and I'm on vacation in some other country and I've got my little goofy fucking straw hat and my fucking button-up colorful little Hawaiian shirt and I'm drinking my margarita and I see a homeless person or a person struggling, begging, it's difficult for me to enjoy my situation. So having money would actually not help me that much. It would actually only make me want more money because I would need trillions to fix, or billions, I would say, to fix the fucking reality. Shangel commented at 19 to 20, 100% it's happening here. This realm is not separate from the others. As above, so below. As within, so without. This takes place on every level of this matrix, and the electrical environment the elites are building around humanity is literally terraforming for the AI and the algorithms. Something else just popped into my mind. Everything he said, this was a great comment. Re-listen to that comment if you need to. Everything he said here, I'm pretty sure is close to true. There were celebrities back in the day that said, actually there was, who was it? Was it Bob Marley? I can't remember. There was somebody that said, we just need love. Love's all we need. It's really true, actually, because like I said, if you're in love, if you're living in love or coming from a place of love or resonating with the aspect of your heart that has love in it, I'll say, these demons or entities have no access to you. So yeah, they were telling, but when they say it and you're unaware, unconscious, they're just somebody saying some shit. Oh, we just need love. And it's like, yeah, whatever, hippie boy, like, if he would have explained it on a deeper level, it would have made sense. But pretty sure there's been quite a few celebrities that said we need love, and then something bad happens to them. But Shingo commented at 60. Did I already go this? No, I didn't. From 17 seconds, he wrote, or 17 minutes, he wrote, those are my exact words. Every time someone says there's a mass awakening happening, especially when their vision of awakening, in quotes, is something the average child should already understand. Yeah, like, the masses aren't awakening. Wouldn't they already have? Like, they don't have the same thing that we have. I don't know what that thing is, but that was a great comment too. It's like, when is their intelligence actually going to exist? He also said 100% my thoughts exactly at 6 minutes on my I love making this video, thank you all video. Alright, I'm going to see it. And then Pizza Lover wrote, my theory is that either we are living in an AI construct which only purpose is to preserve humanity, or we are living on a luge farm with a soul trap grid recycling souls here for an eternity. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a bad one. That's for sure, because you would think that if there was some sort of good news anywhere, it would have projected that somewhere into this fucking reality, but... Excuse me, guys. He wrote, Pizza Lover wrote, if I had to make a bet with my eternal soul and guess what this realm is about, then this video would pretty much be that. To my that thing is not you, he wrote, still I believe it's only scratching the surface of this demonic realm we find ourselves in. Edit. But I still believe in organic portals, though. I think we are dealing with a very mixed bag of everything. I think all NPCs and maybe even PCs could potentially be... I think PCs are potential organic portals and NPCs are guaranteed organic portals. They may only exist so that it does have something to work through in the realm. He wrote, by the way, get ready for your views to be removed by YouTube on this video. Oh, dude, I don't know if there are things that do mess with views or whatever, but I will say I see a lot of my ideas and theories on much bigger channels. I feel like I'm being viewed by way more than what it says I'm being viewed by, but yeah, I can't prove that. Pizza Lover wrote, go draw some more penguins, little Steven. Yeah, whatever. That's funny, but this place isn't reality, wrote. The astral realm is still the Matrix. He's right. Oh, sorry. That was funny. Okay. So FL9524 wrote, come on. Powerful concepts and foods for thought. He wrote, whenever you're at... Oh, man, I'm sorry. That shit caught me funny as fuck. Okay, come on. I got to get my shit together. Don't more penguin, little see. That's funny. Anyways, so FL wrote, powerful... I might need to pause this. No, fuck it. Powerful concepts and food for thought. Whenever you're at your most honest self, to blurt out loud like that. I gotta pause this. Give me 1 sec, guys. Alright, guys, I think I'm fucking ready here. Okay. Powerful concepts and food for thought. Whenever you're at your most honest self, to blurt out loud like this, even an experienced of over 10 years truther truth seeker like me must discipline to jot down to keep some specific truth bomb folds. Foods, I think, for thought you dropped in your powerful spiritual blurts. Thank you. That's a great compliment, FL. He wrote, that's not bad for a part-time cook like you, huh? Yeah, I know. Thank you. He wrote, just kidding. Well, no, I mean, it's true. And there's a great lesson to be learned in that, man. Don't judge nobody. You see somebody with bad teeth, and he's wearing like a $10 outfit and doesn't look all that important. That dude may be the most conscious motherfucking human being you've ever seen in your life. You see some dude driving some old 1988 Chevy Celebrity down the road, barely, still running. You gotta give the car credit, but that guy's not all that important. That guy may be the most intelligent human being you've ever seen in your life. Like, looks can be deceiving, and life outcomes can be deceiving, I would say. But yeah, it's true. Most people would judge that sort of way, wouldn't they? He wrote at 2308, for an experienced truther like me to commit to take note and jot down some of what I hear, it would normally take a well-trained and super smart academic speaker to get my attention. How's that for a kicker, bro? Thank you. That was a super, very great comment. Thank you for that, FL9524. I appreciate it. That was a great compliment. Super great. Pizza Lover wrote, be careful what you say. I'm not trying to scare you, but I think exposing this evil, I don't think there's anything else this evil could do to scare me, Pizza Lover. Just so you know, there's nothing else this evil could do to scare me. I will speak the truth until it literally strings me up from my guts on camera. And I'll still be trying to talk it. There's nothing. Anyways, zero. Zero. How's that for an Illuminati symbol? Zero motherfucking chance that thing can fuck with me. He wrote, this evil will make your life even harder? Absolutely. And there's nothing it can do to stop me. He wrote, just a heads up. Not to mention, Pizza Lover, if I live in love. So you just need to sit there with some pizza. And the gluttony demons are going to be there because they're going to feed off of the dopamine you create while you're eating your pizza. A lot of cravings are what I would call mind parasites, demons, entities, sugar cravings, addictions. These are demons. I know that sounds crazy, but exposing this evil will make your life even harder. Absolutely. Oh, dude. Okay, this is kind of annoying me because, I'm just going to say I don't give a fuck. It's my channel at the end of the day, but, okay. I made a video saying if I get donations, I want to say who donated to me, how much they donated, and what. Okay, so I got pulled over on my way to work. My registration, it was completely my fault, way out of date. Forgot to redo it. I remembered when I painted my car. Then I got sick. And I was kind of not driving for like 5 months. Totally forgot about it again. But anyways. And I got the ticket. And it was a $111 ticket. And it hit me at a time where I'm low. Like I said, I just got done with almost a 6-month sickness. I went through all my savings. So it was, that's not a lot of money, $111. But when you're struggling, and it sucked. But the cop was actually very nice about it. I came home and it's interesting because I didn't let I did let it bring me down in thought. I did, because I remember thinking to myself, why now of all times? But I understand what you're saying. Life, it's interesting the way life works. I literally live across the street from my job too. It's like 1.6 miles away from me or something. I can make the walk in like 15 minutes, 16 minutes. It's like, so driving there is a quick, but I got pulled over, got the ticket, got home. But I would say by the time I was home, I was actually fine. I didn't let it linger. And I just went right back to being positive. And I got 2 donations that completely covered the ticket. Like I said, they completely covered the ticket. with $9 to spare. With $9 to spare. And both of them that donated said anonymous. I'm just like, thank you. Whoever that was, I know who it was. Thank you. I know you want to stay anonymous, but I wanted to, it was a great story. Little synchronicity there. But Pizza Lover wrote, just a heads up from my own experience. Perhaps it's the reason this place still exists, because spirits realize any attempt to shutting this place down is futile, so we just get the fuck out of here and never look back once we are dead. I agree. Edit, hands down the best video on YouTube right now. Thank you. Geez, everyone's being very complimentary to my That Thing Is Not You video. I think that's what I was just like, I'm just going to say this shit the way I can say it. Like, sometimes I overanalyze thoughts. I think my gift, if I have any kind of gift, I could talk right down to the most basic human with deep thoughts. I think that's my gift, is I can talk right down to anybody, and not down in a bad way, just maybe not, I guess being, no, that's not a bad way. I would say a lot of simple people are the most intelligent people in the world, but I think I have a gift that somebody's like blowing up my thing. I think I have a gift. How do I turn it? If I just turn it down, does it go off? To talk deep, I think what would be considered complicated or deep subjects in a very simple manner. Why am I talking about it? But thanks. He said that was my best video. That Thing Is Not You. Just say things your way. I think is the best advice I could give. Just say things the way you would say them. Like you are the way you are, and I overcomplicate it. It's almost like I become somebody else without just being genuine. It's like, okay, this is the way I'm going to fucking say this shit. That thing ain't you. That thing in the mind's not you. It's not nice. It's abusive. It's like all these things that are not actually you. And it's manipulative and mean and it's just like, well, that's interesting. It focuses on negativity. They say, why do humans focus on negativity? I can get 1,000 good comments, but I focus on the... That's not you that's focused on it. It's something else that wants conflict all the time. That feeds off your anger, I'm telling you, man. I know this shit sounds crazy. I don't give a fuck. That's what's really happening in this fucking realm. We're like literally these meat monkey avatar creatures having this mental competition with demons. We're mind parasites. Or archons. I hate going through the list. I just want to call them, like, to me, that's an example of me speaking mind virus. Anybody can understand it. Like something that's poisoning the mind. Like a fucking virus got in the mind. And it's like in there talking shit. It's a way that anybody can understand it. It doesn't have to be... And then they go, well, okay, well then what's an archon? Okay, an archon's the big... demon guy, and he made the realm and the box and the cube and all this Sophia computer fucking weird shit or whatever. Like any human on earth can understand mind virus. Okay, he's saying something goes into the mind and just, oh well, when they said that comment, it aroused my emotions to continue this conflict drama show. You guys understand the human experience itself is to arouse emotions in the thing. All we are is an energy being that creates emotions based on what illusions being displayed to it at that moment. I'm sorry guys, one sec. I'm not sorry. Shingal wrote, the last thing I'll say here is this. The comment of mine that you replied to is actually the secondary comment to my main comment. The other comment is actually longer and more detailed. Directly answering the question you asked, it was my actual answer to what you asked in the video. The comment you actually read in the video was to complete that original comment. The comment you read was, now I'm like super confused, was what I forgot to include in my original comment. Just figured I'll throw that out there so you don't miss what I was saying in its entirety. I'm probably going to cover your other comments too, Shingo. I just, my comment videos haven't lined up yet, but alright, I'm going to go over, I may have to make like a whole video for Shingo actually, now that I'm looking at it, just him. I should make a comment reply to Shingo video too, I guess. Well, no, I'll just do it in the long ones. Okay. Kiabolic LE wrote, maybe our spirit that goes towards the light is the spirit symbol of our little sperm entity swimming to the egg. Both traps represented in the spiritual and physical. Yeah, an egg is a trap, but then we escape the trap, but then we're still in the trap in this reality, even when we escape the trap. You know what's interesting is that, like, the source of life really is an egg. It's funny because I remember a few years ago I kept meditating on the thought, who am I though? Who am I though? But what am I? Because, like, I don't know how to explain it. When I'm meditating, I'm not me. I'm some sort of other essence. And I'm just need to know who I am for some reason. When I meditate deeply, it's who am I though? And my mind's eye showed me an egg. And I just assumed that that's what the soul looks like. But that's what my mind's eye showed me, was this little like skin-colored egg, kind of shaped like a seed, I guess you could say. An egg shaped kind of like a seed. The texture of it looked kind of like a seed. So yeah, like an egg seed, I guess. I don't know, but that's what I seen, was like a little flesh-colored egg, and I was just like, huh, the fuck's that supposed to mean? But, well, I don't know. I was thinking, like, what's interesting is you were in, your egg was in your mother while your mother was in her mother. So when your grandmother was walking around pregnant, your egg was already in your mom's body. And that goes back forever. Same with her mom and her mom and her mom. I don't know, why did I bring that up? Oh yeah, because, well, yeah, the visual imagery I got was an egg or like a seed, maybe more of a seed, actually, now I'm thinking about it, but it was like a meat seed then. It looked like it was made of flesh, or like a very thin flesh. T-Fetch wrote, I always found religious people, especially Christians, odd. I get a strange vibe from them. As for churches, just being in one feels molesty. I don't know, pod people or children of the corn vibes from the people. It's a giant cult, but they get pissed when you try to point that out. Religion is nothing more than a cult on a large scale, putting people in boxes. The religious imagery will move me. At least it'll move me. If I see, like, pictures of Jesus, the thought that God actually cares enough to do something, it, like, moves me. Oh, see, something loves us out there. It's just like, love us now instead of in our fucking imaginations. But one of you wrote, we're all one? Okay, well, stop talking about it and demonstrate it. That's a good point. One of you wrote, I'm not talking to you, Chris, just those that continue put that out there. Sometimes I put that out there. Is it all one? It's a weird thing to say. No, it's not all one right now, I would say. It doesn't feel like it's all one right now. It feels like I'm a fragment forced into a situation or experience that I don't feel I agreed to, but when you meditate, that you do get blasted with this illusion, and it sticks, it lingers, just like Christian beliefs. Sometimes I wonder, are these like demon spells? They linger, but there is a oneness you can feel in deep meditation that I've felt, I don't know, about 1,000 times. Aaron Soul Mission wrote, we're all one triggers my fight or flight now. We're all one does not scare me at all, because I understand the power of good and righteousness. I would think if we're all one, good must win in the end. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a fucking false flag of the mind. I mean, I don't know at this point. One of you wrote, it's such a tired, played out line. We're all one. Okay, great. Now what? No, we're not. No, actually, this is a great argument. A little back and forth here or whatever. Shingle Thunder wrote, exactly. They say it as if it is an answer to this bullshit. No, I think you're on your own. Yeah, at the end of the day, you are on your own. We're all one as a part of the mind virus. You come into this motherfucker by yourself. You are pre-programmed with this thing called love, so it connects you to other things while you're here. But you're programmed with all kinds of shit that's unnecessary, we'll say. But you leave this motherfucker by yourself too, and you should think that you're solo. It's not good to think that it's all one and that it's all going to work out. That is a mental comfort zone. And possibly a deception spell casted onto you by mind parasites when you meditate deeply. Because when you come back with a logical mind and observe it honestly, it ain't all one. So, Hero, as far as I'm concerned, it's simply a coping method that they use in order to continue doing what they do as mind-wiped humans. I'm super glad I went over this comment. Pizza Lover wrote, it's pretty, actually, so every comment so far has been amazing. Hero, it's pretty obvious from the NDE data that we are all one as part of the scam to get you recycled back here. If we are to believe that the NDEs haven't been planted or simply coming from NPCs. Dude, they may be implanted, like I'm saying, like the same way if you meditate deeply, you get struck with that, oh, everything's one and love, and you can have euphoric experiences, you can do all kinds of crazy shit. But one of the things you get hit with is that like where you experience this God consciousness mode where everything is one. It's like, huh. Then I'm back in the fucking cockroach experience, and I'm like, whoa. One of these dumb meat monkey things again? Huh, I don't feel like everything's one back here. Oh, then why'd you drop down? It's your fault. Yeah, it's always our fault that we're suffering, isn't it? It's good how the mind virus works. You jumped from heaven, or you fell down to a low density, or... And honestly, I'm arguing against those things right now. Those things may still potentially be true. Like, I don't know, you know. But these are the types of things that I love contemplating. But Joshua S1117, one of my favorite names for a commenter, to be honest, wrote, the mind is full of these mind vampire parasites. I would never talk to people the way my own thoughts talk to me. I'm getting better at noticing and flipping the script to be more compassionate and treating myself like I would imagine a best friend would treat me. Joshua, I had a fist fight with these fucking mind parasites, and they can fuck with you. Like, they can make you... Anyways, they can fuck with you. I'll just say it in a nutshell. I don't need to say more than that. Really, I could go into all the things that they'll do when it comes to personal experiences, this or that. They can fuck with you. The way you physically feel. These things can give you headaches. Like, they can make you get a headache. I'm serious. That's why, I don't know, I got kind of mad that one. I was like, I probably shouldn't be saying this shit, but I was cursing them out. These negative entities, these stupid thoughts coming into my mind that were not me. I was belittling them. Internally, even speaking it externally. Cursing them out, and I could feel them getting angry. And they would give me headaches. They would like they got mad. They kicked my ass. I was trying to... You ain't going to win with them. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe that's like a hopeless thing, but... Okay, well, it would be like picking a fist fight with a ghost that can make his knuckles solid when he wants to. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna win that fight. Like, I don't explain it. I'm not trying to make anybody hopeless, but the demon, if you try to demon at the demons, they're gonna out-demon you. Especially if you ain't that way. If you're actually a loving human being, the best solution is to stay in a state of positivity in your mind, stay in a state of love. And that's the only way you can actually defeat them. There is no way to, or maybe, I don't know, maybe there is. I think I've killed demons, but it was with love. It was with forgiveness. It wasn't with meditation. To be honest with you, it was with love and forgiveness. And it was in a meditation that I think my mind's eye could get the visual representation of what the demon dying sent to me. And I could be wrong about that. I mean, this all may be illusions, guys. Illusions casted by the same mind parasites that slap you with, it's all one, and then you come back retarded. Do you guys remember that phase on my channel? T-Fetch wrote, that's why I hated taking down my videos. It's like, it's good to see the progression, I think, of the individual that's just being honest with what they're experiencing, but to see how they change and how the philosophy has grown to where it's grown. T-Fetch wrote, there are studies that both sides of the brain are different entities. The person won't be aware what one hand is doing, etc. Shingo replied back, facts, the body itself has multiple minds, more than a dozen in my personal experience. Yeah, that's sort of true. That's why I said that this too, that like, it's almost like we're made up of a bunch of different opinions. Like, are you guys just so solidified on one thing? I could argue anything. Excuse me, guys. I could argue from any angle. I understand everybody's argument. I'm good at putting myself in other people's shoes. So it's like my mind's never actually made up to anything. So it would appear that my mind is several different minds. But I don't know if my mind's several different minds. Once my mind is made up on something, though, it's pretty... I have one mind on that, it feels like. I mean, I can question my own theories, but I still fall back into the belief of the one that I believe, you know? If that made sense. I don't know if that made sense, but a future recluse wrote at Shengel, internal family systems / parts therapy. Internal family systems / parts therapy. I don't know what that means, but Shengel replied back, I've never heard these specific terms before. Please elaborate. I need definitions. Me too. He wrote, then I can give my thoughts. I'm guessing these have to do with aligning each individual body, mind as a whole with therapy, which is actually a form of shadow work, but I'm not actually sure that's what you're saying here. And then he replied back to Shengel saying, internal family systems, or IFS, aka parts therapy, is a form of therapy in psychology that has the whole idea of each person has multiple, often many sub-selves or parts of themselves. One sec, guys. In their psyche, the super extreme version of this is multiple personality disorder, dissociative identity disorder, I guess they call it now. But most people just have a semi-fragmented psyche or internal being where these different parts are all in there. I agree with the internal being. I think that's what's going on. But they wrote, working together, but also very often dysfunctional and in conflict with each other. They form... Man, that's weird. You just have to be a... I'm sorry. I'm losing my train of thought here. So it's like... So like to be a demon slayer in the reality, you just have to be a loving person. Stupid, annoying thoughts don't come back when you're in a loving state, do they? For you guys, please try that and comment back. He wrote, they form throughout a person's life more or less in response to trauma. It starts in childhood. All the traumas and wounds that children experience, parts are developed to protect these inner children, which are then called protector parts. It ends up forming like an inner family is the idea. Well, that was fascinating. What an interesting comment. Jeez, that was cool. Are you a psychologist or something, a future recluse? That was fascinating. They wrote, the protectors think it's their job to protect the exiled child parts, but often the protectors can become dysfunctional and even self-destructive and again in conflict with each other. That's funny. This is an amazing comment. I can relate to this sort of. So yeah, the goal of this therapy is to work to harmonize all these parts into a healthier, more unified self where basically there's just you. The consciousness, healthy adult self taking over for all the protectors and protecting the healed inner child. Self-forgiveness is a big thing too, like self-forgiveness. Forgive yourself. You aren't who you were yesterday. So do you think you are who you were 10 or 20 years ago? Like, living with regrets is the dumbest thing you could do to feed mind parasites, I think. They love old thought loops like that, those motherfuckers. Trust me. I can feel the presence of these. Well, anyways, so yeah, it is kind of more or less multiple different minds and about aligning all of them so that they are whole. They are unified. That's the idea anyways. Definitely a form of shadow work. That was an interesting comment from a future recluse. And the name probably makes sense too if they think deeply like that. T. Fetch wrote, "Do not judge. Language is nothing but judging, aka labeling. We can shut off that chatter and just be. What comes with that, I don't mean meditating, I mean walking around kind of zombie-like but immune to all the shit because we aren't translating and accepting scripts." That was a great comment. Everybody's leaving great comments today. What is today like fucking... Guys, try to remember this date. It's 7:30, baby. That'll be easy for me to remember, but this was a great comment day. Maybe next year on 7:30, if we haven't blown each other up yet, I'll be like having another great fucking comment reply video. But Psionic Revolution now wrote, "You can remove the number if you go to your channel's settings." Oh, that fucking dumb number. I hate that number. But, no, I don't. I've gotten sort of used to it now, but Project Bird Feeder Man wrote, "Always appreciate your logic, Chris. I didn't spend much time on the Bible, but I had to go no contact, in quotes, from it after only about half a year. It is tough to fully let go of it, though. Amazed me how many who know NPD very well still worship that God." Dude, when you're indoctrinated or brainwashed by an idea, it's very, for me it is, very difficult. It is an ego thing. It's like, it's an internal, no, it's a mind parasite thing. It's an internal stupid voice arguing back against your logical one. One that's driven by emotions and happiness and comfort. And Illicit Mind wrote, "Thank you, Chris. Thank you too, Illicit. We should do another one." I think people got like a bad impression off the first one. I don't know. I think if we did another one, it would be a better one maybe. This Place Isn't Reality wrote, "I am emotional and not emotional. I try to be both." I guess that's a good comment. That's a good way to put it, I would say. Yeah. I am an emotional guy. Well, no, yeah, I guess, and also not emotional too. Like if I don't, like, okay, if I'm in a bad situation, I'm very calm. Like if I'm in a scary situation, I'm very calm. And I've always been like that since I was a little kid. Well, yeah, I guess I had to be, but so like I don't get emotional when most people would get emotional. Like if a situation got threatening, most people would get like scared or nervous, or they would act irrational. I'm completely calm. So yeah, I guess I have control of my emotion. I guess if something strikes me hard though, like that's very sad to me, I can control my crying. So my emotions come out even with, I don't have control of them all the time. When it comes to softness, okay. When it comes to hardness, I have control of my emotions. When it comes to softness, I do not. That was a great realization, actually. I never realized that till just now. Anyways, well, I guess okay, yeah, that makes sense. From a kid, I just wanted love. Stop and Smell the Roses wrote, "Try, laugh out loud." He wrote, "I don't seem to have to try. It comes all too natural." That was his reply to, "I am emotional and not emotional. I try to be both." That was a good comment. This Place Isn't Reality commented, "Sanity Machine is programmed to think men are supposed to not have emotions. He is under a society spell." No, you're definitely supposed to have emotions. Or maybe you're not supposed to have it. Maybe he's actually right. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, well, if you don't have emotions, then you're a complete narcissist and nothing actually matters anyways. And if you're the human avatar thing and nothing matters to you, and then you have the demon voice in your head, then all you're going to become is a fucking degenerate in reality. What the fuck is this shit show? Reality wrote, "I think if you believe in aliens, everything would start to make sense to you, Chris." Laugh out loud. I believed in aliens the majority of my life. And that these entities portraying themselves as aliens would make great sense from their perspective. And it fits the narrative. I'm not sure that we're on a ball flying through outer space, if I'm being honest with you. What the fuck is this shit show? I think that we're in a sort of plane of existence. And its actual shape is hidden from us. So what could be coming into the sphere that they themselves are trying to break out of? What would it be? It wouldn't be an alien. If there is something that's got technology and all that, I don't know if it's aliens. It's some other terrestrial being that we're unaware of. Maybe it's where we're not allowed to go. Maybe they're the ones that are actually in control. I don't know. I sure would love to know, though. But it's not, what the fuck is this shit show reality? It's not that I don't believe in aliens. Or I guess I don't believe I don't believe what people say aliens are is what's coming here. Like things from another planet. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. I don't know what those things are. Those could be extensions of the mind parasite, for all I fucking know. But Shangal Thunder wrote, religion teaches people to worship the exact algorithms they should be attempting to destroy. Amen. Amen. That's an exactly right. Okay. Religion teaches people to worship the exact algorithms they should be attempting to destroy. So it's literally brainwash. Just do this, get down on your knees, say this, and then every Sunday go there, and then you'll be fine. Oh, hi, Father, Son. They fucking blast love into them. They're like, ejaculating in their mind over and over again. And he's like, come to me, son. And, I never felt so much love. It's more love than a mother for her child, they say. It's more love than the love of a mother's child. People with NDE say, I've never felt so. So this entity blasts you with love, and while you're ejaculating, he's like, come this way, and you're so stupid because love is proven to blind people. Love is proven to blind people in this reality. To make smart people act stupid. And so it literally is a great fucking tool to inject you with to make you act stupid real quick. Well, come this way. Well, what's that? Oh, come into the light, my son. Oh, there he goes. Men in black. Mind wipe. Here goes another fucking soul back into the fucking soul suffering realm to experience another confusing environment that never made sense, was always deceptive and evil, was dark, evil, and corrupt and demonic and blah, blah, blah. To feed off of conflict for energy entities. It's like, that's what's fucking really going on. I don't give a fuck how crazy I sound. T-Fetch wrote, I have to wonder if there are entities like the jinn clouding our senses, making us see this illusionary world as they feed off of our trauma and loosh. Yes. Oh, dude. T, if you knew how much they could cloud the senses and... Like, I'm not saying these things aren't strong, dude. Like, these things can cast illusions on people's minds, dude. These things can literally blind people. In this realm I'm talking about. They will think they're on a righteous path while the decisions they're making are actually leading to the deaths of children, thousands of children somewhere else. It's just like, it's so good at deception. But again, I think if you're in love, it has no power. But if you're not in love, and this reality is built to keep you out of a state of love, trust me, it's everywhere. Like, just look around, but you're hanging out in their realm, I think. I think you're more likely to deal with them in their realm. Excuse me, my goodness, I should have eaten a fucking... Well, anyways, right before making a video, but... yeah, dude. T, I think that they definitely cast illusions, and they can do all kinds of shit, dude. He wrote, I've seen shadow shit straight on view awake, and keep in mind, I'm not completely dumb and delusional to myself either, that me being in a state of love and them not coming around isn't an aspect of the shit show to convince me on this new level that I'm doing something right while it's still getting me. I'm not stupid yet. Don't get it twisted. But I'm saying being able to sense these energies, if you get into a state of love, they go away. Without question. Like I do it every day. Every day. He wrote, I've seen shadow shit straight on view, awake, and not in sleep paralysis as well as in sleep paralysis. He wrote, I suspect the additives to food and water as well as all the frequency broadcasting tech are due to dull the senses to such things. I'm trying to remember what my comment was going to be instead because something yanked that fucker right out of my head. That happens to me all the time, T. That's another thing I guess you could say, thought extraction. I will get a great thought, and before I have a chance to write that motherfucker down, it's gone. Sometimes, just like he said. So yeah, these things are scary. The stuff that I'm talking about is very scary. It takes a certain type of manliness to deal with these facts of reality. And I shouldn't say manliness, but you guys get what I'm saying. Kahunas, I shouldn't say that either. There's plenty of females at my channel. They've got the balls to fucking deal with the harsh truths, but most of these people do not. They would rather live in mental delusions. No, this is what's really going on. When are you going to wake up? Jacoba wrote, most churches are full of normies too. They're never going to wake up. When I last went there, they were talking about the doomsday clock and the war in Ukraine. Laugh out loud. And then Jay Warren replied back, oh yeah, this is the case at every bogus church. And of course, church comes with Circe, the goddess that turns men into swine. And this is exactly what church, in quotes, does in this world. And then holds the swine/men in the animal farm that is human existence. Ugh. That's one of them solar plex punches type of comments. All right. So Shangel Thunder wrote, mind virus equals AI, human agent equals robot. He wrote, as an analogy, I wouldn't say this is exactly what it is, but it's the best analogy we have on this planet. These mind viruses behave like algorithms. Okay, so he said mind virus equals AI. But how is it being projected into our minds? Is it technology or is it spirit? What is it? How's it happening? He wrote, and he wrote, human agent equals robot. I should just have Shingil on to talk to him. We could probably talk for fucking 4 or 5 hours. Human agent equals robot. To me, they're all the mind virus. An agent is an extension of the mind virus or whatever, just like what it wants in physical form or something. Brownstone Bear wrote, laugh my ass off at my comment reply. Thank you, Ryan. I'm glad something was funny. Stacey Adams also put some sunglasses to my comment reply. 6'9". Stacey wrote, love to hear you on some AC/DC. Oh God, that's funny. I actually, that was a comment. Remember guys, I talked about sometimes I will make a comment and I don't even realize I was being mean in that moment. I was just being brutally honest. That would be a comment I made to a coworker. She said, oh, I love AC/DC, because I was asking, like, what do you guys want to listen to today? And she said, I love AC/DC. And I was like, oh God, I hate them. And I said it quick, and I don't know, not that I hate AC/DC, to me, every single song sounds like the last one. It just, there's no, not every single, I mean, they got some good songs, but probably like Hell's Bells is one of my favorite songs, but you know, then you find out the record company takes the records after they're recorded and casts fucking demonic curses on them and gets demons into your life, and then you listen to them backwards and it's like, worship Satan. It's like, this reality is so stupid, dude. I'm sorry. But anyways, Sentient Cardboard Dumpster wrote, he's really starting to make himself look pretty silly. It's interesting that no one would be talking about him if he wasn't targeting other YouTubers. Makes you wonder, is he insane? Sentient Cardboard Dumpster, if you're talking about the creepy boy, yes. Literally insane. Yes, he is. He's a diagnosed schizophrenic. There's a whole document that tells everybody about all this shit about this dude, how he's a stalker, he's a weirdo. He actually stalks females. He self-identified as a pedophile on websites and left lewd comments and all this weird shit. Just like, anyways, I seen enough to be like, yo, get the fuck away from me, my dude. What are you, like a child sniffer, bro? I'd fucking break your jaw if we were in person. If we were in person, I'd break your jaw. The moment you revealed yourself to me as a child sniffer, I would smash you. He wrote, does he not? But yeah, he's literally. I mean, how much more crazy can you get than not paranoid, but schizophrenic? He hears voices. He writes papers in college how the voices are his gift from the universe. It's like, yeah, he's literally crazy. Yes, I just hope that he's still got enough logic in his mind to make sense of things. But I don't know, from what Marzinski's saying, that those psych meds will shrink they actually, I mean, not, it's like it's a hidden thing or something. They shrink your brain to the point that these motherfuckers start shuffling around. That's all they can do is walk and drag their feet. I just hope he hasn't been taking psych meds to the point that it's damaged him. But Sentient Cardboard wrote, does he not need money and just wants to gather a following on the backs of other YouTubers and researchers? He really doesn't say anything you can't hear somewhere else or see on your own. Yeah, that's what I said. But anyway, it doesn't matter, dude. No, he doesn't need money. He's a trust fund baby. But Law Shadow wrote, good morning. Or maybe he lied about that, actually. I don't know if that's true. This is something he said to me in an email. Could be bullshit. Maybe he's struggling too, and he's like sitting on the side of the road selling paintings. I don't know, but no, I think he's well off. He's got plenty of spare time, I would say. And Matrix Puppet would be in a life circumstance that works out for it, wouldn't it? Law Shadow wrote, good morning, incarceration. Go see what that means. And then Solstice wrote back, hell oh. Yeah, I know all about these fucking disgusting words. I remember I started looking into that a little bit years and years ago. Santos Bonacci, I think, started saying like stuff like that. Or it wasn't Santos Bonacci. Who was it? It was somebody that said something about, even look at the words, and it just didn't click with me at the time. Way later it did, and then I started looking at all of them. I was like, oh, this is interesting. The English language is like evil all the time. Dick Flinghammer wrote, I'm laughing along with you, inspector of things. You consider this. You knew I was going to say this. I mean, out of time. Picture a movie reel of still images creating a timeline. Dang, something slipped, so I'll try my best to relate. It's still essentially a scroll until it's unfurled. We remember the Rush album Moving Pictures. I'll finish in a bit. I'm working. Hold up. Okay, I think Dick Flinghammer, I don't know what he's on, but he was on to something. And he's going to get back to us with that. But T-Fetch wrote, every damn word. To my word wizardry continue. Yes, sir. It is. It's like almost every word. User JP wrote, another one, weekend equals weekend. Oh, yeah, that's on the list. That's on the list. Oh, no, I've got the list right here. The word wizardry list. What I've got so far. Oh, no, where's my... I don't have it. Where is it? Oh, I thought I had it. Oh, I didn't do it because I started making a new list. That's right. I don't have the old list anymore, but I used to have it. One sec, guys. Oh yeah, here it is. The word wizardry. So I was leaving this comment on other videos, and then I'm gonna wrap this one up. Actually, I'm gonna do all the short ones, and then gonna go over all the big comments. But I'm gonna wrap this one up after this. But this was my word wizardry video or whatever, or my comment that I was leaving on other videos to kind of show them like it's evil even in the language. I wrote, word wizardry, a very interesting phenomenon in this realm that sort of proves its creator as a sick sadistic demon. Hell oh. Now I put in parentheses both hell and then /o, and then I also put he low. If you break it up, it's hello, hello. But you're saying hello to the person, or you're saying hell-o to the person when you greet them in this way. Why do we greet each other with a word containing hell in it? Or are we saying hail-o? You know, like if you hail the king, hail the demon, hail-o. Is that what we're saying? Does this thing want to be identified as O? Or are we saying hail-o, as we also say, oh my God, oh Lord, oh God. And Eastern folks say, oh. I wrote, good morning. Good morning. The last time I was mourning, it wasn't a fucking good thing. I wrote days of the week. I didn't write fucking, but I'm going to, animate it. I wrote days of the week. I wrote days of the week, and I wrote them in their demonic form. Instead of D-A-Y-S, days. Sounds so nice, doesn't it? But days is a word where you're dazed. Do you guys know what a daze is? You ever seen Guile after you hit his bitch ass with a 3-piece and he's sitting there with the fucking stars on his head? He's dazed. We're in the days of the week. The week. Well, anyways, I wrote, if I was trying to control you, I would want you dazed and weakened too. I wrote, bless you. Be less you. That's like the complete opposite of what we were trying to say. But anyways, I wrote, follow me. Follow me. Don't follow me. Raise me high, if anything. My goodness. I wrote government. Government. To govern the mind. Yeah, their chin can govern these nuts too. Yeah, that actually was in the comment. But I wrote freedom. I wrote freedom. I wrote if you are free, and I put free in caps, then you're worth nothing. If you are dumb, then you will be easy to control too. So not only we're in a daze, we're weak, we're dumb, and we're free. Listen to the language you're using about yourself. I wrote, I am not free or dumb, and I hope you aren't either. I'm worth more than this dookie boy Rome could ever afford. Knowledge. No ledge. Knowledge is an endless rabbit hole of partial or potential truths, but never a solid one. Wisdom. I wrote, dumb is piss. Okay. ... Wisdom. Dumb is piss. Whiz is also urine. Pissing is referred to as whiz. And dumb is, well, we know what that means. And I wrote innocence. In no sense. Why is it always negative though? Seriously, why isn't it ever in high sense? Or, in good sense, in love sense? It's always low, in no. It's just like, fuck you, you fucking spiritual little pathetic mind parasite fucking piece of filth. Oh God, I'm getting angry. No. I'm giving the demons access to my belly. Fuck them. I'll shit them out later. I wrote, and all I have to do is switch over to loving them, forgiving them for being pathetic little degenerates that they are. I'm still in anger. Anyways, I wrote, anyways, spiritual. Spirit you all. That sounds like an attack. Spiritual. Sounds like an attack on everyone taking the stance of spiritual. Intelligence. Intel agents. That's what it breaks up into. Intel agents. Ever hear of Agent Smith? Keep searching for the truth and you will meet him eventually. This was a funny comment. I need to go and put this on more videos. It was fun. But I wrote, love, life, live, and lived backwards are evil, and devil. I'm like, why do we refer to it as masturbate and soul lure system? Masturbate and a soul lure system in the real world. The real world did a real world to lure us into its system? Or maybe the world is spinning and it's the real, that world that sucked us into it. And then you use that little twirly thing to hypnotize people. Ooh. I don't know. It's interesting though. I wrote, why is our semen, now just the letter C or the word C, like the C, why is our semen referred to as bait? Are we the ones trapping souls into the soul lure system? Yes. I wrote, some folks say time is an illusion. I would go as far as saying so is death and life. time. Breaks up into tie me. Time, tie me. T-I, tie, M-E, tie me. Clock breaks up into see lock. Well, we're see men. So how do you see lock? You use time to lock them in. I wrote, was time used to tie, because time is tie me, and clock is see lock. Was time used to tie and lock us into this fucking trap? I wrote, see men must be see locked, and time is the weapon used against us. This would make more sense if we were infinite beings. I wrote, never pray because, listen to the word. Never pray because you place yourself opposite to the predator. Pray. What if you're prey, what's the other thing? It's the predator. Why would you pray to something else? It then becomes the thing that eats you. But we pray to the predator. What is predator? It breaks up into predator. The thing that came before time. That must be the thing that locked us in here with time. I wrote, I refuse to pray to this lowercase g God. I don't care if it is all there was before time. I turn my back to it. I wrote, would you want to worship at the local holy priest? Usually, if something is holy, it doesn't hold water. Warships are used in war to blow holes through things. No wonder the priest is holy. I just thought that one was cute. I didn't put laugh out loud, but I wrote, the demonic archon loves to refer to us as food, or as Morpheus said, just a battery. We were bred by our parents. Bread. What's bread, guys? It's like a loaf of bread. We were bred by our parents. Now, parents is interesting too because it means they're a pair of ents or a pair of ants. And I keep seeing E attached to words referring to humans. So I think that like we're electric beings or energy beings, but it may be a pair of ents, not ants, but parents kind of breaks up into a pair of ants. I wrote, or a pair of ents. And born into this realm as a fetus. Fetus. Feed us. We're born into this realm as a feed us. And you're bred by your parent ants. It's like it's telling us we're food. Anyways, I'm telling you, the word wizardry is disgusting. The language is disgusting. We should destroy the English language for Christ's sakes and burn it to the fucking ground. But we'd have to use it until we figured out how to speak other languages. I would be taking Greek class because that's the closest I'm at, bro. Y'all motherfuckers gonna have to learn to speak Greek. But anyways, I wrote the demonic archon. Okay, I already read this. Souls are for the bottom of our shoes, and if you have issues, well, is shoes was right in the language. Do you guys see it? You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, I wrote, are we here to suffer? I wrote, we even call each other food. Honey, sweetheart, baby, which goes back to feed us, and deer, which goes back to a deer, which is also referred to as dough, which goes back to bread. That's interesting. But anyways, I wrote, goes right back to bread again. I wrote, speaking of food, don't forget to eat a healthy meal to improve your diet. Healthy. Hell thee? Hell thee? Are you condemning yourself to hell with even saying you have a diet? You're saying diet. Listen to the language. Go get your next meal. Write that one up. What is that, guys? What's meal? Me ill? You guys think I'm fucking playing with you? Do you think it's a joke? How many examples must you see? Well, when does your brain snap out of its stupidity? Me ill and my diet. Fuck this mind demon. I see right through it. I wrote, rights are very important here in this realm. Right. I wrote all the versions of right that there are. Writing. R-I-T-E. A right is like a spell or to place a spiritual right. It's almost like a spell or what's it called? I forget the word for it. There's a word for it, but writing may be casting spells, as we refer to it as spelling, and another form of it as cursive. Spells, curses, and rites. I wrote, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at it, dude. Like, for real. Spelling, cursive, you know, and you write. And then writing. To cast a rite is like to cast a spell. Curses, spells, and rites. In the language. And then we're calling each other dumb and evil and to fall low and to have no sense within us and to have no ledge and to have it to be free and dumb and low and be less you and do. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Fuck this demon. I would shit on its mother's chest right in front of it. I wrote, do not refer to Africans as black men. Break that one up. Black men. To be black men. Or an Asian as Asian. What is a Jin, guys? Or Germans as Germans. Or Swedish as Swedish. We-dish? I mean, I don't know. Hebrew. How many times does this language have to refer to us as food? Hebrew. I'm sorry, I wrote, I'm Greek, so I don't have to worry about it, but I'm still an American. I-can. I wrote, I used to have bad nightmares, so I'm assuming that even if I could mare, I shouldn't. I don't know the meaning of the word mare, haven't looked into it, but I know it doesn't relate to something positive. A mare, I can. Is it like demons saying we can create a hell realm? I wrote, we should rename our country to A Mare I Can Undo. I wrote, that would make more sense. Whoops. But that would make more sense. Or what about A Dream I Can? Instead of A Mare I Can. A dreamican. That actually sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Instead of an American, a dreamican. I like the way that sounds, but I wrote, that's actually a beautiful word, a dreamican. A dream I can. I almost forgot to tell you guys not to forget. Earn your cash to be... I'm sorry. This isn't funny, but it's funny, dude. It's like, how is this happening? Well, anyways, I almost forgot to tell... Man, come on. I almost forgot to tell you guys not to forget to earn your cash to pay your mortgage and bills this week. To earn your cash. Okay, remember what we're referred to as seamen? Well, that breaks up into C's ash. C ash, cash. To earn. What's an earn? It's where you put your fucking ashes, bro. Alright. To pay your mortgage. Mortgage. The morgue and age. You're paying until you're dead. You're paying your mortgage and your bills. What is bills? Be ill. Be ills. You're paying to be sick and die. And it's right in the language. It tells you. The mind parasite tells you right in the language. You're paying to be sick till the day you die. Morgue age. I wrote, so I'm paying to be ill, age, and go to the morgue. I wrote, I'm sorry, this is not funny. I mean, this is actually scary, but when I think about it, like, I can't get, okay, there we go. I wrote, I also, wait, where did I stop? A dream account. Okay, I almost forgot to, okay, I know I read that. I wrote, why is his name Bill Gates? Bill Gates. I'm sorry. Anyways, I wrote, would you walk through gates that made you ill? I'd stay the hell away from this, from that thing then. I wrote, hell, if it was up to me, it would be arrested and charged with crimes against humanity. Yeah, and that was the end of that fucking word wizardry comment, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's a funny comment, but some of the other things I started noticing, like since I've already got this here, was that M, the word EM means for. So when you see that attached, EN stands for either English or energy, I'm noticing. DEA or DIA means give, light, or lamp. M means to. Ploy means to frustrate. Did you guys catch that? So M means to, and ploy means to frustrate. So it's employing you to frustrate you. Ment means mind. Meal is meal. Meal is meal. Diet is diet. Breakfast is break fast. It also kind of breaks up into be wreck fist. So to destroy something, to be a wreck fist. I don't know what the fuck that means, but lunch is L unk. Unk equals high. L equals high. So I don't know why lunch is broken up to mean high, but dinner is to de-inner. We refer to eateries as diners, pronounced diner, combined die-inner. Desert, dry, desolate, dead land. Desert. Dessert, like when we eat dessert. Super Bowl is superb owl. That's what that breaks up into. Somebody else told me that one. Encyclopedia, encyclop idea. Internal cyclopean eye of light is what that breaks up into. Encyclopedia. In cyclop idea. Internal cyclopean eye of light. Employment, I already told you guys, means to frustrate the mind. Oh, thank you to Jay Warren. He's the one that told me about that. That was either a comment or a video, but I actually wrote it down in there so I could thank the person for showing me that. Decoration is decoration equals French for quoting. Dequoting, I don't get it. Delight, to delight, to remove the light from something, but it's a positive. Oh, that's delightful. Delight would mean to remove the light from the situation. Dollar sounds like dollar, which means you're dumb working for it. See ash, also related. Cash, also related. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.